Hey, welcome back to Lunar Tarot. This is your friend Jay, and in this video, we'll look at tarot predictions and guidance for the next 2 weeks. This is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest. The video is broken down by 4 elemental groups: water, fire, air, and earth. And I'll do a collective reading for each group, but I also personalize it and add 1 card pool for each sign. Be mindful of your sun, moon, and rising signs. With all that, let's start with fire signs. So this is a fire elemental group reading for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius signs. I hope you've been having a really good week so far, and my predictions for the month have been working out well for you. If you're not familiar with this read, this is a 10 card spread. The first column is your inner world, thoughts, ideas, and desires. The middle column is learnings for the next 2 weeks, and the last column represents external influences. Starting with your overall ambient energy, fire signs, you are in your element. I can see a lot of one sides here, but the ambient energy is telling me that it's going to be a busy week. It's going to be a lot of fast action, and you need to think on your feet. I also love that you have the Queen of Wands in the middle here. While dealing with all this fast-pacing energy and tasks and demanding maybe work, maybe hobby, something that will really engage you, you need to show confidence and self-confidence. You need to be bold and charismatic and face challenges front on without hesitation. Looking at your inner world column here, you've got a King of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and Justice. All these cards are quite stable. They are steady, starting from the King to Justice. In this next 2 weeks, you'll be feeling grounded. The King of Pentacles is a resourceful leader, and he makes decisions with deliberation. He doesn't make quick steps. This is going to be a month of contemplation. You'll be also taking time to reflect on past disappointments and using that going in to make the right decisions. Make it right by you and others. I love the fact that with everything that's going to be happening around you, you're going to maintain your groundness and connection with your nature. Here, fire signs, learnings. The Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Wands. This column is telling me that you're going to have a very successful, fast-paced but successful next 2 weeks. The Knight of Wands jumps into action. He thinks from his heart and he shoots from his hip, so to speak. There's a progression here to the Queen from a Knight. And I can see how there's going to be a level of maturity in your learnings. These passions will come into you feeling for your learning more emboldened and more self-confident. And that's going to lead you to victory. The Six of Wands here, you can see this man parading on a horse in front of supporters. It can represent you talking at an event or speaking with a group of people who is receptive and listening to you. This also means that whatever you've been working on is going to come to fruition. Then the last column here is your external world. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and Three of Wands. It's an interesting mix of different elements in here. Your environment is definitely quite fertile. It will allow you to be independent, and I think there's a strong connection here with the Queen of Wands. And there is also the environment of self-sufficiency. You have enough and you achieved all of it by yourself. Whatever you've been working on, the universe is definitely moving gears in your favor here. Now you also have a Seven of Swords. This can represent people plotting something behind your back. Because it's an external environment, I would say that with all of this what's happening here, the middle of the next 14 days, there's a lot of, I would say not a conflict necessarily, but some thinking, some communication happening. And this is suggesting to me someone in your environment is not completely honest with you, or perhaps there's something else happening in the background that it hasn't been shared. However, you also have the Three of Wands here, and this is a card of taking action on the plans that you already have. What this is telling me is that you need to pay attention to what may be happening behind the scenes so you can take the right next action here. Let's pull one card for each sign now to give you a bit of a clarification on the read for the next 2 months. We're going to start with Aries. So for you, Aries, we got a Hierophant. This is a card of tradition. This is a card of following an established order, but it can also mean being connected with your spirituality. If we put it around here and project it to some of the unknowns here, I would say whenever you're dealing with the ambiguity and potentially someone plotting behind you, we're going to pull clarifier cards now for each sign, starting with Aries. Aries, we've got the Fool card here. So the Fool card is a card about being playful, have an open mind to open yourself to new ideas, and adopt and learn a mindset. The part that is a little bit of ambiguous to me here is the Seven of Swords. I would say that to deal with this ambiguity, deal with it with an open mind when you approach it, and try to learn about your environment, see what it is there that you are missing. Also, when you take that action, the progression from the Knight to the Queen, combine your passion with this learning mindset that I mentioned to you. And if you have any preconceived notions, don't use them. Apply a new way of thinking with something that you really resonate with. We will do Leo, one card pull for you. You've got a Queen of Pentacles, Leo. It's kind of interesting because we have two queens balancing it out. So queens represent resourcefulness and being able to have resources for yourself. It's an inward energy rather than with the kings, that's an outward facing energy. But you've got both the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. This is telling me that you're going to have plenty of resources available to you for this next 2 weeks. When you're dealing with ambiguity, when you're dealing with a lot of action, just remember that you have that. And your resources might not be money or finances. Maybe you can give some of your work to someone else using that resources, but it can also be your knowledge, it can also be your connections. So make sure that you use your resources rather than to trying to fix everything by yourself. Get some help. We'll do the last one. This is for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, well, you have a Seven of Cups. I do like this card. This card represents many things. This could be an illusion. It could be having a lot of options on your table. It could be about dreaming. Looking at this, I definitely see this to be a dreaming or option card, just because we have the victory here coming from a Knight of Wands. We have the Three of Wands here with taking action on the next steps. So it's good to have options, I would say. And when you're dealing with this, if you have to pick the right one, the Suit of Cups is about emotional connection. So when you're dealing with many options that may be presented in the next 2 weeks, pick the one that really resonates with you from your heart and take some time to reflect on it. So this part of reading is for the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Thank you for being with me here today, and I hope you've had an amazing week. And what's coming will be even better. So overall energy, or ambient energy, I should say, for the next 2 weeks is a Devil card. Devil can represent many things. It can represent unhealthy attachment to something, addictions. It can also represent a part of your life that you know you need to let go, but you're still clinging on to it. And the Queen of Pentacles here is a symbol of fertility. She's got all the resources around you. She was really connected with her nature. And what it's telling me, there's a tension between the environment, that the energy that will be tempting you to go the, let's say, the path of easy, the least resistance path. And you need to look within you and use the resources, your wisdom, your inspiration, your support network, how you really feel to deal with that, to be more grounded. Because if you are grounded, that is much easier to escape the gravitational pull of the Devil card, the unhealthy habits, where if that is, or something that is not working for you, but we still walk into that trap anyway. The column here, the first one is your inner world. So the thoughts, ideas, in the way of thinking, your mindset. We've got an Eight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and I got a Knight of Swords. The next 2 weeks will be busy for you, or busy for your mind too. I see a lot of action or competing ideas, because this is really your mind. And a good thing about it, that is in the middle part, you have really strong cards. You got the Queen of Pentacles, the resourceful lady. You got a Nine of Pentacles, who's self-sufficient, successful energy, and nurturing energy as well. And you got the Magician here. What I can see is that all these ideas and competing priorities are leading to something that is quite worthy of it. So take the action. The only thing I will say here, the Nine of Pentacles, you see that lady here is by herself. Why she achieved everything? She's kind of lonely. Just reflect on it a little bit and see if that's where the place you want to be. Is that the place where you want to stay for a longer time? But none of it here suggests to me that you feel lonely or feel like you've been abandoned in any way. So this to me represents an idea that through the action, you achieve this self-sufficient and abundant state. It's quite beautiful. Now, you're not going to stay here though. I can see that you're going to move right into the action here. The Knight of Swords is a quick energy. It's very clear communication style, clear thoughts, but also could be racing thoughts. There's two of these cards here, the Eight of Wands and Knight of Swords. They represent this fast-pacing, never-stopping type of activities. And you also to me is a suggestion that you need to make sure that you look after yourself while you're doing that, because being constantly engaged in action, this is like pressing gas pedal in your car, and that wears out the engine. So you need to take breaks if you need to, but I'll let you be your own guide for that. See how much is it consuming you. The main learnings and knowledge for the next 2 weeks. Got an Eight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and you got an Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of hard work this month, by the way. I can see that is going to happen. There's a few Pentacle cards here. There's a few action cards here, and you're going to be busy for the next 2 weeks. That I definitely can tell you, the earth signs. So Eight of Swords. You may find yourself feeling trapped, not necessarily by your own action, but with everything that's happening around you, you may feel blindsided. You will feel blindsided and trapped. Now, the caveat here is that you aren't actually trapped. Most of it is feeling this in your mind rather than actually being locked somewhere. And you do have options. You don't have to stay in this prison that you created for yourself with all these thoughts and ideas. You can walk out of there anytime you choose. While this lady here, she's got her eyes blindfolded, and she's got a rope or something wrapped around her. It's not really a tight rope. You can easily walk away from it. So choose to walk away. You've got a Queen of Pentacles. I love that you have it in the middle. It's such a grounding card. It tells me that you have all the resources available to you. It tells me that you don't have to suffer. You've got everything you need. The cards around you is telling me that. So whatever this is here, you'll get past it, right? That's not a question. Now, the Eight of Pentacles, you are mastering a craft. And this is the type of craft that is going to create some really big opportunities for you if you continue with that. You're definitely going to be working harder towards the end of the week. I can see that it's not just about a mastership, it's also about taking action. So you have to be a quick thinker. And it's just also a reminder that the Queen of Pentacles never sleeps. So this connection with herself, with the nature, it's constant. You cannot just disengage. So that's a mastership card is here, or mastery card, I should say. Now, the external environment. The Five of Pentacles. You see these people outside of a nice building in the snow. And this card is telling me that there's something in your environment, something or someone that may make you feel unwelcome. And it sort of coincided with this first week. I can see the first beginning of the week is going to be challenging, just because you have this Eight of Swords, feeling blindsided, and also here, it's almost like someone is trying to push you out of their life, potentially, or creating conditions for you where you feel that you don't have enough. The Magician here is telling me that you do have enough, and you're also going to realize that towards the half of a week. The Earth signs. The Magician can manifest literally anything he or she desires, and this is this person here. The environment will be giving you enough opportunity to manifest that, and I can see that you will be taking on this opportunity. This middle band here is showing me all the right things. I can see that you're going to take my suggestion on looking after yourself, and there is a person in your life that cares about you, is a nurturing person, and nurturing in a way that they hear you, they listen to you. And when you feel a bit worn out with the busy work, this person is there for you. As you can see here, these two characters here, they look at each other, the queen and apprentice or master. So don't walk away from that. Whether it's this person is someone or yourself, when you need to reconnect with yourself, take that opportunity. Don't leave it on the table. Let's pull a clarifier card. We'll start with you, Taurus, then go to Virgo, and then Capricorn. So Taurus, you got the 10 of Pentacles, and I like it for you here because it resonates quite well with other Pentacle cards here. You basically have a full suit. 10 of Pentacles. This card is about a long-term success and wellness. This is card of generational wealth or legacy. Whatever you're working here on for the next 2 weeks has a potential to get you that. As long as you follow the path of mastery, remember to rely on your resources, as well as maintaining the clarity of mind and not feeling that you don't belong. Virgo, let's see what the cards have for you. Oh, I love the Queen of Swords here. It's probably one of my favorite queens in tarot. So the Queen of Swords does not take BS from anyone. This is the only queen that sits in Rider-Waite-Smith deck with a sword, facing any challenges front on. This next 2 weeks will demand of you to be that person, to see through the clutter, ambiguity, and if someone's trying to trick you into doing something that you don't want to do, face them front on, confront them in the right way, while maintaining the royal decency and politeness, but be polite but firm and clear in what it is that you want. We'll pull one more. This one is for you, Capricorn. Interesting. So we got the Death card here. And Death card here represents a transformational change. My take on it, whatever happens here with lots of action, that you feeling that you've been trapped and abandoned in the Five of Pentacles here, you're going to go through a change. To get to the magician of your life and to become resourceful, there's going to be a change in your life that will give you a new, fresh start. And while it may not be pleasant, which it won't be, where you're going to go from here is going to be something magnificent. So this is this part here to me. I hope it resonated, Earth signs. Thank you for watching. Hello, air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I hope you had a wonderful week so far. And the predictions for the next 2 weeks are as amazing and fruitful as you wish them to be. So overall, ambient energy is Page of Wands. Page of Wands is telling me that the next 2 weeks will give you opportunity to take the first step or learn about the next passionate idea. This is something you already know of. This is something you already thought of and thought about it for a while. It could be something new. And there'll be opportunities for you to take that next step to progress further. Whether you choose it to be, it's entirely up to you, but what I'm seeing here, it looks like you are going to take that opportunity. The Six of Wands is someone victorious. This is a card of success. This is a card of being recognized for the efforts that you have done so far. Let's have a look at the other cards in the spread so we can get an idea what the rest of 2 weeks will look like. But I really like what I'm seeing so far. So you've got the High Priestess, the Sun, and the Knight of Pentacles. And we get 2 major arcana cards in here. So it's going to be a significant next 2 weeks for you. We've got a few other major arcana cards here. The High Priestess. There's a knowledge that you've been thinking of, something that you know, but you can't really phrase it, but something that you intuitively know. It's some kind of a truth, or it's a change that's happening without your knowledge, but you suspect or you feel that there's something happening. I can't really tell you what it is, but I can tell you that it's a positive change that's going to work out in your favor, because we get a Sun card here. The Sun card is the most, or one of the positive cards in Tarot. It also is telling me that whatever change is happening without your awareness, it's going to become clear. Whether it's realization or something that happens outside of your mind, an action, an event, and the knowledge will come to light that illuminate whatever change you're not aware of. And this will allow you to take steady steps to build, I would say, wealth or foundation of something. It could also be health. It could also be a new beginning that has something to do with the material world. Whatever it is for you, whether it's building a new home or starting a business or something that you can touch and see, primarily to do with resources and wealth, that sort of thing. Just remember, with the High Priestess, she's elusive, and it's often the change that happens, you cannot grasp it, but you sort of know. She's ever evading type of energy. Interestingly enough, in your middle column here, you got the Hierophant, who is also represents spiritual knowledge and tradition. There is a learning coming your way that is grounded in spiritual understanding. These 2 cards, to me, the Mindset and the Hierophant card, is telling me that there is a potential for transformation or connection with divine or spiritual nature. If you have been detached from it, if you've been involved with work and things got busier, there is a knowledge coming here that will allow you to reconnect. But it could also mean that in the next couple of weeks, you will choose to go traditional way, the orthodox way. Not something novel, but going back to the previous ways you've done things or other people done things. And that's going to work out in your favor too. I love how here, for your inner world and for your learnings, you're definitely victorious. And this is going to work out for you quite well. You're also going to be taking a break. There's something been happening that caused you disappointment and desire to move away from that disappointment. And this could be where you will start that new quest. I want to say this is because it's a mindset. You're looking for groundness. I can tell it here by looking at these 3 cards here. You've got an Empress who is a fertile, but she's also very steadily planted. She's reconnected with her nature. You've got a Knight of Pentacles here, who is taking steady steps towards building a strong foundation. And you've got this card seeking refuge. Lastly, this column here is external world. Things are going really well for you. There is a sense of happiness, a completion, an emotional completion. But there's someone in your life, and that if it isn't a person, it could also be the way you feel, that you feel a bit disappointed with how things turn out. And it's an interesting one because I can also see that you will learn from that disappointment. There's definitely a victory here. So to me, the Sun card and the 3 of Swords card here, they are both representing the truth. Whatever's going to come out in the middle of the next 2 weeks, while it's going to cause you disappointment, it's also going to liberate you. So the 6 of Wands, riding the horse free and victorious. So push through that. Whatever it is here, it's not going to last long. And it's actually going to open other doors for you. I can see that this disappointment is going to lead you to be more creative. The Empress can represent many things. In this scenario, I would say that whatever didn't work out here, going to open other doors for you where you can build something that is connected to your true nature, creative. And if I was looking at a romantic situation here, though it's a general reading, I would say this disappointment led to moving away from the person who disappointed you to someone who is more aligned with your nature. Or it could also be that you will work out for whatever disappointment you had there and overcome that. Will open your mind to other opportunities, but also I think it will allow you to move closer toward this person. Because you can see the 6 of Swords is moving away from whatever disappointment was there to this card of abundance and fertility and creativity. Let's pull one card for each sign. We're gonna start with Gemini, and we'll get a clarifier to all this. I'm curious about the 3 of Swords here and what that means, because it follows right after the 10 of Cups. And it's quite an abrupt change, so that's why I don't think it's gonna last. So get a King of Cups. King of Cups. Well, this is an empathic leader, someone who listens, someone who supports you. In this case, I think this represents you, the person who needs to be attentive to others and be that supportive person. And I think this is how you overcome the 3 of Swords situation here, but also this compassion toward others. This is how you move from the Page of Wands. This is how you move to your next opportunity, the next passion, next project, if you will. Get a clarifier for Libra. The Star. Beautiful card. Star is an aspiration. It's a hope. It's a message from above that things are going to be okay. It's also a card of balance. When you deal with this disappointment, just remember that all things are in equilibrium. Bad changes changed by good things, and sadness is replaced with happiness. And the Star is a message of hope. It also is telling me that you already have an idea, the inspiration or passionate idea that you've been thinking of. And the Star is telling me that it can be a successful project if you let it be. And lucky last, Aquarius. Just gonna clarify for you. And we got a strength card. Quite a beautiful card. Strength represents soft power, the power of compassion, the power of softness rather than brute force. And it also represents self-care, represents tending to your wounds and self-love. Again, I'm looking at this here, the Six of Swords, finding this refuge, and the Three of Swords. I think this speaks to that. Be attentive to your feelings and make sure that you don't push through it. If you have this strong emotion or feeling of disappointment, don't ignore it, don't push it down. Right? Nurture it, attend to it. That's what the strength card is telling us. I hope you enjoy this. For my water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, this is your time to shine. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a wonderful week so far. And the next 2 weeks is going to bring you all the wishes and things that you desire. The ambient energy for the next fortnight is Three of Cups. Three of Cups is celebration. It's a card of joy. It's a card of reconnecting with your soulmates. You also have a Six of Pentacles at the core of your reading. And it's a card of generosity. It's a card of being successful, but also sharing your wealth with others. But also be quite mindful of that. I don't want to say calculating, but you need to make a right judgment. So you don't give too much, so you can maintain your balance. And look at people who you given to, can they actually accept it? Will they appreciate it? Let's have a look at our card that's rounded, and it will all make sense. This is your inner world, thoughts, ideas, desires, your mindset. We got 10 of Wands, the Moon, in the Pentacles. 10 of Wands is a completion of a cycle. It seems like something been burdening you for a while. You've been thinking about it, and it's been wearing you out. But the good thing here, it's finally coming to an end. And it's a good end at that. It's not a bitter disappointment, it's just wrapping up things and letting them go. You will feel an uncertainty whether the work you have done here, whether you think you completed, is actually completed, and if it's going to take you to the next step. And the thing to remember when you have these doubts in the next 2 weeks, just remember why you're doing this for. Remember where you're heading. This crayfish here is moving along the way between these two towers, and a lot of uncertainty there, but there's also moon. The moon one, while it's not the sun and there's still darkness there, it still illuminates the path. And being the water sign, you are connected with your intuition. And just like this crustacean here comes out of water, when you come through challenges, you also are connected with your intuition, and use it. Let the intuition, the moonlight, illuminate where you're heading. And what I mean is that listen to your gut feel. Sometimes you just know, and that card is telling me this. Whatever your decision made here, while it may not feel like it's the right one, it is the right one, because here we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and She is a card of fertility, creativity, reconnecting with your nature, and she's quite resourceful at that. And this is the path you'll be taking here. Their knowledge, or I should say learnings, the middle column here, you've got the Three of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and you have the Seven of Wands. The fortnight will start with a feeling of disappointment. That someone have let you down or will let you down. But just remember that while you feel disappointed, the heart here isn't broken. And I also like to point out that the Three of Swords card is a card of liberation. Once you know, you can make a decision. You're no longer dealing with ambiguity. You also have Six of Pentacles at the core here. You will be quite generous with yourself and others. And being generous is a good thing because that means you actually have something to give. Just a reminder here, you can see there's a Temperance card on the right side. Keep it in balance. Make sure you don't give too much. If it's your attention, if you giving something material to someone, like money, some other type of resources, just make sure that you have enough to look after yourself too. But I know that you will, looking at the Queen of Pentacles here. And towards the end of a fortnight, while you're quite successful, you'll be challenged in that. And it might not be something huge. Minor Arcana is generally just the daily events. It's not the events that are quite massive and don't give you any control. The Seven of Wands is definitely something that you can control. You are already successful, given the fact that you've got the card of generosity. You cannot give something that you don't have. And when you get in challenge, just remember that. Remember that you don't have resources. And you already have a proven track record of being good at what you do. Like this guy here. He's standing on this island there. And he is victorious. He already made the right steps to get there. All you need to do to be clever about how you defend your position. And it's also temporarily. This is not going to last forever. The external world. I quite like you've got not just one or two, you get three major cards here. You got the Fool and the Magician. I quite love it for you here. Water signs. The Fool is telling me that your environment will give you plenty of opportunities to explore new things. The Fool is about being carefree and jumping off a cliff into something unknown. And this could be your way out of disappointment, but also could be the reason why you will be disappointed. Because when you try new things, not all of them are going to work out. And that's okay. If you know the famous Edison, the inventor of a light bulb, he has done hundreds and thousands of experiments before he managed to find the right combination of the wire and the glass and all that stuff. And through experimentation, through a lot of failures, he became successful. Just like the Fool here. These disappointments will come and go, but your learnings, your successes is something that's going to stay as long as you stay on path. You continue walking the path, continue challenging yourself and jumping into unknown every time you try something new. The Temperance here, that's a balance card. This card is telling us that while chasing all these things in life that are passionate, that are exciting and we can be passionate about, we have to maintain a balance. And this is a lesson that was hard to me to learn, that we have to unwind, we have to unplug, we have to take time and spend it with things that recharge us. The Temperance here is telling that. It also is it's a connection to spiritual world. It's sort of a bridge between the two, and it's also a reminder that we live in a material world, but we are spiritual beings. And reconnecting with your spirit, that's what keeps us going, that keeps us alive, that gives us hope and the strength to continue. So don't forget about that. And I also see that you will get either help from someone who is really good at manifesting things into life, a creator, someone can make things happen, or this can also indicate to me that the environment that you're in will give you plenty of opportunities where you can create something. And I love that you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician card here in the last column. I think combined with your resources and resourceful thinking and opportunities that will come to you, this Seven of Wands situation here is going to be quite successful. Whether it's person helping you with this, whether you're going to be finding new solutions, I think you're not going to stay on the same piece of land with one victory. I think you're going to reinvent whatever you had there, and you're going to improve. And that's how you move out of this scenario of being challenged. Just continue evolving, continue creating new things, or continue challenge your thinking, and with that, elevate yourself. Let's get a clarifier card for each time. We're going to start with Cancer and do Scorpio and Pisces next. Cancer, we got another Temperance card. So I can definitely relate with that. It's been a lot of long hours with the main job and the channel here, creating videos for you, and sometimes I feel a little bit worn out. And this is just a reminder not spend all the time thinking of the next video or working, but also take time to recharge, spend time with people that you care about, and don't be all work and no joy kind of person, but also reconnect with your spirit, whatever it means. Half an hour of reading a book that you enjoy, a meditation, or whatever spirituality, reconnecting with this unmanifested world means to you. Let's get the Scorpio clarifier card. All right, Scorpio, we've got the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is a card of taking action on the plans that you already have. And this is why I think while you finish the project in the first week, something you've been working on, you're not going to stop there. To me, it seems that you have plans. It tells me that you have ambition, and it tells me that you are going to execute on that. So just remember your resources, and if you have people in your life or someone in your life who can manifest things into reality, don't travel by yourself. Get their help, ask for it if necessary, and that's how you become successful in the next fortnight. But this is a long-term vision. Like this, the Ten of Wands here is ending of something that you've been working on for a while. The Three of Wands is also a long-term vision. Quite excited about that. Let me know in the comments, what is it that the vision that you've been working on. We also have Pisces clarifier card. This is a Seven of Swords. The interesting thing about the Seven of Swords is that's usually represent a card of cutting corners, potentially thinking outside of the box, strategic planning, but also it's a card of sort of a sneakily energy. Looking at this here, I can only think that the Three of Swords and Seven of Wands that flow into this energy. And I think that the disappointment that will be coming here is because of someone did something dodgy behind your back. That's the only thing I can think of. But it's all going to come out in the wash, and you will find out what that is. I also can tell you that this is a good next 2 weeks because of all the other major arcana cards that we have here, and overall energy, being of celebration, reconnecting with your peers, and being generous and successful overall. I hope you enjoyed this. So that's your fortnightly tarot guidance and predictions across 4 elements. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this guidance will help you to get somewhere good. Please join me again in the next couple of weeks. I'll be doing the monthly predictions and guidance for all signs. Let me know in the comments if it resonated and which part you particularly enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.